Hello folks, welcome to another part in this hybrid zombie shooter tutorial series. Today's going to be a very quick one and a short one. Today I'm going to show you how to properly populate your NPCs with the quest based on your data table. At this current time, we're populating the quest to our NPC using manual method by manually adding the quest ID to the NPC's list of available quests. But what I want to do is show you how you can automatically populate it based on the data table. And also, we're going to go ahead and do a quick UI fix while we're at it as well. It's a short one. Without any further delay, let's go right into the video now. At this current time, if you go to our quest system, NPCs, and if you open up your NPC character 001, and if you scroll down to their available quests, we are manually inputting the quests that the NPC can possibly hand out. We want to make this system data-driven with our data table, and also we want our quest manager handing these out. So I'm going to go ahead and first delete these two line items. So that means effectively this NPC no longer has any quests to hand out. And we're going to go to our content drawer, quest system, blueprint, and quest manager. And we are already initializing our quest givers, and we're adding them to a map of quest giver with their NPC ID and their blueprint. And this is what we're going to be using for us to hand out the quest over to their NPCs with their respective IDs. And in our data table, we have our variable quest giver, which is what we're going to use to determine which quest giver is going to get what quests. So in our event graph in our quest manager, after we initialize the quest giver, we want to now go ahead and populate the quest givers with all of the available quests. We're going to create a new function and name this populate quest giver with quests. So first thing that we need to do is we need to go through all of our active quest givers. And then for each and every single quest giver, we want to check to see if we have a quest available that is assigned to them. So we're going to drag in our quest givers here. We're going to get the keys by dragging off of it and search for keys. This is going to give us all of the NPC ID. So let's connect this to the execution pin and let's go through one by one while doing the for each loop. For each of the NPC ID, we're going to now go ahead and get our data table row names, and this is going to be our DT quests. So for each and every single quest item that we have in our DT quest, we're going to go through it by using, again, another for each loop. And for the array element, we're going to get our data table row, connect this to the loop body, and then set this to DT quests. And we're going to get our quest data information here in our out row. We're going to drag it and we're going to break it. First thing that we're going to check is our quest giver. So I'm going to just enable this quest giver pin for now. And then I'm going to drag our array element here, which is going to be our NPC ID, which is the same thing as the quest giver. And I'm going to do a check. I'm going to do an equals check and check to see if both of these are the same. I'm just going to put this down here and down here. And add this to the branch and connect it off of row found. So essentially, we're getting all of our quest givers here. And for each and every single quest giver, we're going through all the quests available in our data table and checking if the quest giver that is assigned in our data table, which is this 1001, does it match the quest giver's ID. If it does, which is our true channel here, then we want to go ahead and send a notice to their blueprint and state, hey, this quest is actually assigned to you, so we want to add this to your array. So basically, this available quest array is what we're going to populate this with. To do this, first we need to get a reference to our character NPC blueprint. So we're going to drag in our quest givers again, and here we're going to do a find. And this find node, this is basically our NPC ID, which comes from this array element. So we can just drag this array element and plug it in here. Once we find the array element or the NPC, we're going to do a branch here, just like this. Connect the Boolean branch just here. And then off of this, which is an active reference, we're going to send out a interface message to populate the array. So let's go to our content drawer, core, interfaces, and then open up our BPI quest. And this is going to be a function that says populate array with quest. And this is going to have an input, which is our quest ID. And we're going to set this as an integer. Compile and save it. And back in our quest manager, off of our value here, we're going to now call for our populate array with quest. And this is going to be true. And now we need to send in the quest ID, and we can get this from here. So I'm going to enable the quest ID node here and then connect this quest ID just like this. So now we have to go and implement this interface function in our NPC, but not in the NPC 001 because it's just a child class, right? We want to do all of our functions in our base class. So here at the very top, I can click on this magnifying glass, which will take me to my base class. Let's open this up and let's go to our interfaces and then double click on this populate array with quest. And now I have this function. Here, now we want to go ahead and drag in our available quest and do a get available quest. We can drag off of this, and then we're going to do a contains item. We want to make sure that there's not a duplicate quest that we're adding in here. So we want to do a contains, and we want to do a branch here just like this. Now, if this quest ID is already in our available quest array, then we're not going to do anything. So true channel, we're not going to do anything here. But off of false channel, we're going to drag in our available quest, and we're going to do an add. And our quest ID will be connected here just like so. So that's it for this function for now. So we're going to go back to our quest manager, and now we're already populating all of this. And off of our event graph, we're going to call in this populate our quest givers with our quests. First, we're going to initialize all of our quest givers. Then we're going to populate our quest givers with all the quests. Because if you try to populate the quest givers without knowing who the quest givers are, then you're not going to be able to do that. It may throw some errors at you. So that's why we need to initialize the quest givers first, then populate the quest givers. So now if I go ahead and press play and talk to Christina here, you're not going to have any quest here. That's because we don't have a proper process flow. If you go to your NPC base in our event begin play, which fires as soon as the game starts, this is when we're actually generating the widgets for our available quest. And this function actually takes a look at all of our available quests, and then it creates the widget for it. And this populate function also runs about the same time. Because of the timing that it takes to populate your array, you're basically running both of these functions essentially at the same time. So your available quest array is not fully populated when the event begin plays. One of the fixes that you could do here is in our event begin play, we can create a small little delay. So that would be do a delay. And then let's do about like maybe 1 second. Compile and save it. And now if you press play and if you go and talk to Christina, you'll see that the quest is now available. This delay will just help us to make sure that the available quest array is properly populated before we go ahead and do all of our widgets. Although all of this happens in like millisecond, this 1 second delay is going to help us to properly formulate our process flow. If I now go ahead to the second quest, and if I set this to quest giver as 1001, and if I press save, and let's go ahead and play. Now, if everything works well, Christina should have 2 quests. Both of the quests are available at Christina. And the last thing that you want to do is inside of your populate quest givers, we want to go ahead and close off this function. So in our first for each loop, where we went through each and every single quest giver, once we are done populating every quest giver available with the available quest, then on completed, we want to go ahead and return the node. Compile and save this. One little bug fix that I want to show you before I close off this video is that I got a message from one of the viewer that if they approach this little cube system where you just, when you walk towards it, you get handed all the quests, you can see the message shows up on the screen. But if you go back and if you approach the cube again, you're going to see that UI pop up saying that the quest just started again. And it's continuous and it doesn't really stop. There's no real check for it. So I just want to quickly show you how to fix this. You're not really duplicating the quest because as you can see, we only have one of each type of quest here. It's not like adding on top. But however, our UI is being sent a message to pop up every single time we step towards it. To fix this, if you go to your quest manager and then go to the function give quest, you can see in our give quest, whenever this function is called, we're going through our data table with our DTE quest to validate to make sure that the quest does exist. If it does, we're checking for prerequisites. This is just to check to make sure that the player can effectively start this quest or get this quest because they meet all of the prerequisites for it. And then we're going ahead and adding the quest to our active quest. And this is what starts the quest logic. What we need to do here is we need to check to see if this quest already exists in our quest array. Only if it doesn't, then we want to go ahead and add it. So I'm going to quickly drag all of this out a little bit, and then I'm going to now go to my active quest, and I'm going to do a find node, and then do a branch here, and then connect it here just like this, and connect it off of true. And this key is going to be our get quest ID. And only if we are unable to find this quest in our quest ID, we want to proceed and add the quest to our array. If we already have it, then we want to print something and say duplicate add. So if I go ahead and compile save, and if I now press play, walk over to the cube, you can see that the message is going to pop up for the quest that we just started. But if I walk over to it again, no more messages, because now we're doing the check to make sure if we already have this quest available. If we do, then we're not going to go ahead and add that quest to our array. All right, folks, thank you very much for stopping by for this quick tutorial on today on how to populate your quest givers with the available quest from your data table using our quest manager instead of a manual add like we have been doing. And also we did a quick UI fix for our give quest function as well. So I hope you liked this video. If you do, hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you all in the next one.